When did you start the duo with Ric Cartey, and what kind of music did you make?
Well, I'd always done some of the stuff like Unchained Melody. That was before I wished I'd have sang it like what's the name did, but I was just singing it straight. But
this was in high school?
No.
Well, I think what he's asking here is when did you start the duo with Ric Cartey? I mean, you started in high school? You started in high school?
I think.
Or right after high school? But you met him in high school.
I graduated a year before.
Oh, did you?
But
okay.
we both lived, Carol and all of us, we all lived in Kirkwood. Now, see, Rick lived on Memorial Drive.
Okay.
And I don't remember now whereabouts, but anyway, Rick and I started playing. I don't know, it probably was because I started playing when I was about 13, but I mean, you know, and I actually started off with ukulele.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went from the ukulele to I had it, and I still got some of them around somewhere. Gene Autry guitar. Learned to play the Gene Autry. And of course, I played during school. I'd play parties and stuff. And
what kind of music were you playing then? Was this before rock and roll, before Elvis hit?
No, not. I mean, well, it was when the blacks were the only ones singing rock and roll.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And then but I mean, I would play. It was so funny. They would say, you know, they'd be having a party. Charlie said, "Can you come to the party?" Well, yeah. Sure. So we're going to have a big party. By the way, could you bring your guitar? And I said, well, sure, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they didn't know, man. I played for about 5 years and didn't know but 3 chords. Yeah.
Well, when you and Ric Cartey got together, started playing, did y'all play rock and roll at the very beginning, kind of?
Yeah, pretty much rock. You know, things that were popular, you know, some of the first rock and roll. Annie had a baby, can't work no more, and all stuff like that, and just generally. And then though, when then Elvis came out, then Rick started doing a lot of Elvis stuff and all.
Okay. Did you now? What's CB?
And we both were playing acoustical guitars.
Okay. It says, when did you start CB's Jive-a-tones? What's CB's?
Charlie Broome.
Charlie Broome's Jive-a-tones.
It was actually my band, and
Okay.
that kind of got dropped. And if you'll notice on that one drum that we had painted, it's misspelled.
Has
See,
the E in it.
Jive-a-tones. But the guy, you know, when we saw it, now that's on the stage somewhere. I don't know where it was. But we played at the City Auditorium. This was a big thing put on about with the Musicians Union. They they had all kind of bands, you know. Ray Stevens had just recorded, I think it's Silver Bracelet or something. Ray Ragsdale. And of course he went to Druid Hills. And anyway, and they had all these several groups and stuff. Rick wasn't involved in that. I don't really know what it was, and it was a Jive-a-tone. But see, we were unique. That's why I think if we'd have had a different manager that had the connections, ain't no telling how far we would have went, because we played music, but what we did was that we had backup. Whoever sang in the lead, the rest of them would back them up. Plus, we had dance steps and routines with every song we did. So not only could we play a dance, but then we'd find up. I mean, we could put on like a 30-minute show, you know, and we are the only one. And this is no lie. Cross my heart, hope to die. But if I die, don't think it's because I was lying, because I'm not. But both at the City Auditorium and out at Chastain Park, a short time after that, they put it on. But you had to be a union musician and to be able to do it, you know. we are the only thing. They must have had 15 or 20 different bands there.
Mm-hmm.
We were the only ones that got called at both of them to come out for encores.
Wow.
And they wanted it because we put on a show. We didn't just stand up and play.
Yeah.
You know, and we sang. But now we might have been, you know, Harmonica Zach was a black harmonica player, naturally.
Yeah.
And he played out at Bolton American Legion. And that's the only place I ever played that we played at that we'd fill in for him when he was out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the only one that had, you know, a wire between the stage and the audience.
Yeah.
And of course, it was black club.
Yeah.
And
so the Jive-a-tones played there?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we, you know, he'd call me if he had a gig somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'd get the band over, you know, and we'd be out there and we'd play. And that would be like on a Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day, we would be playing a fashion show at J.P. Allen.
Yeah, gotcha.
So, and see, I banged on the piano, but